Hey everybody, how you doing? So my name is Barba223 and today we're going to be doing a Magic Dragonite PvP build. So this is just a build that I've been using recently before the crazy game-changing update that's coming. Reason I'm using this because I feel like it's a build that it's nothing crazy, it's nothing that's going to get changed too much. And I feel like it's something that always works. It's just something that's a bread and butter sets. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing that's going to reinvent the wheel, but it is a very fun build and it has a lot of health and a lot of magic and has a good amount of sustain, and it's just a fun build to play. So let's just get into it. Let's just do the character screen first, and just so you guys know, this is pretty much an all heavy armor type of build, so that's the kind of build I like to play. But let's do the character screen. So we have 35k magic, almost 33.5k health, 18k stamina. We have almost 1200 recovery, but that is a lot higher when we get buffed. I'll explain when we get there. Over 3k spell damage unbuffed, 22% crit, almost 4k penetration unbuffed, and then we have 21. Let's see if resistance is. So we have 27k spell and 24k physical, and on the back bar we have 30k and then 27k, and then my attributes are 40 and 20. Just do it how you see fit. It's just what I did. I was like, let me get to 35k magic. So that's pretty much what I did. Yeah. So I also am using Bewitched Sugar Skulls, I am using the Atronach Mundus, I am a Dark Elf, and I am Vamp. You don't have to go Vamp. If you want to go, I don't have my Vamp leveled up yet, so I'm not Stage 3, but I might go Stage 3 to get the Undeath passive. You don't have to if you don't want to, if you don't like the extra cost. I do think it helps your survivability a ton, but it's definitely up to you. So let's just get into the gear. So as you might have just saw, my first gear set is 5 pieces of Crafty Alfiq. So we are running the weapons and jewelry of Crafty Alfiq to get the 5 piece. That way we use heavy on the body, but we are using sharpened as our trait because we need penetration. You just gotta have it. We're using a shock lift for the 8% or minor vulnerability. I'm sorry, you get 5% extra damage taken, so that's very nice. We're also using an ice staff because, well, I mean, you could use lightning or flame, but I mean, lightning or flame is weird because you use AoE and single target abilities, so it's a little bit of a weird mixture. I like using an ice staff because at least you can block, because I'm not using a sword and shield, so you can block pretty well with the frost staff. You get extra block bonuses. You also get a shield for heavy attacking based on our max health. So it's pretty fun to play with Ice Staff, I think. I think it's something different. But as you may know, it just gives magic, 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 and then you guessed it, more magic. So yeah. And then on the back bar, we are using the Restoration Staff. So we're using for our enchantment, we're using the extra spell damage for when we light attack or heavy attack. We're going to get extra heals and extra spell damage, so that's nice. And then we're also using defending because we're not using a set that gives resistance, so we're just using defending to pump that up a little bit more. You could use powered. I like defending, powered, Nirnhone, something like that. Something that's going to help your tankiness on the back bar. So yeah. And then for our monster set, we're using Balorg. So we have Impen on this piece. Balorg is just a great set that helps your damage out a ton. There's another option you could do here. I'll tell you in one sec when I get there, but Balorg is really, really fun. You get a lot of spell damage, you get a lot of penetration when you use your ultimate, and it stacks insanely well with Dragon Leap. So you can really just stay alive and save up your ultimate, and a lot of times kill people with your ultimate, and then just doing a lot of damage with it. There's a combo that I will show you. But yeah, so we're also using Plague Doctor. Plague Doctor is just a nice set that's going to help our overall tankiness. It doesn't give resistance, but it gives a ton of health. So we're getting almost 6k health from this set alone. So it's really nice. We're getting 1100, 1100, 1100, and 2700. So we're getting a crap ton of health. That's why we have almost 34k health, which is insanely nice. And also that we're using 6 heavy and 1 medium. Now 1 medium is going to be fine next patch because it's going to give spell damage. So that's going to be even better for us. But I do like heavy armor because it's just nice to be able to defend against physical attacks better and have more tankiness overall. Light armor is just not all that to me. I don't know. I just don't think it's that good. Wide, like, it's just nice to be able to be more tanky, so I use heavy. But we are using Plague Doctor and then Balorg. We're using 6 heavy and 1 medium. You could go whatever you want. I don't know. You can go 5-1-1. But I like the 5, at least 6, the 5 or 6 heavy. So it is what it is. That's what I use. We're using a mixture of well-fitted, reinforced, and impenetrable on the traits. That's what you want to use. Trust me. I think they're the 3 best. So whatever you see fit. But I like a well-fitted and impen, and then a little bit of reinforced. So, and then we're all using magic glyphs. We can also use the triglyphs. That's probably ideal. They're just expensive as crap, so I didn't want to buy them. And then on the jewelry, we are using all crafty Alfiq. I do like going arcane. You can go infused if you feel the need, but I do like arcane. There's no problem with it. You could even go haste if you want and get extra movement speed if you feel the need, but I really like arcane. And we're using 2 magic recovery and 1 spell damage. You can again do it as you see fit. If you upgrade your vampire stage to 3, I'd probably replace something with a reduced cost glyph just to make it a little bit easier on yourself, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, that's the gear. If you do want to do something else, you could even go Wild Hunt and drop Balorg to be quicker, or you could use Malakath to replace one of these and then drop a Balorg shoulder for a crafty Alfiq shoulder. So you wouldn't have a monster set, but you'd get that extra 16% damage. So you could do that. I like having a monster set. I don't know. I just like having Balorg. It just feels better. I tried Malakath. It's okay. It's good, of course, but it's not as good as it was before. So that's why I think I like using Balorg better. So our skills on our front bar. We are using a Molten Whip build. It's a really good build right now. It just makes you hit hard no matter what you're running. It's so nice. Like you could literally run a build like mine with just magic and health, and then use your Molten Whip. So it's really good. But we're using Flames of Oblivion basically as our spammable. So if you buff up, you use your Molten Whip, or your Flames of Oblivion. It's gonna hit for like 6,300, which is really nice. It's gonna give you the Minor Prophecy, which is the critical chance, and it scales to your highest stat. So you're gonna literally use this as your spam pretty much. Just keep spamming it until you get your Molten Whip prop. And then we're using LE Drain. You got to use this because we don't have crazy pen on this build. As you can see, we only have 3,600 unbuffed. So it's going to give us an extra 6k, and then it'll also help us out when we get Balorg. So we'll be above at least like 13k, probably like 13, 12, I don't know, 12, 13k penetration, which isn't too bad in a heavy armor build. So yeah, and on top of that, we get that minor lifesteal. So you're getting over 300 recovery for having that lifesteal up, which is real nice. So very good, very good. Keep this up on everyone that you can because it can stack on one another. So very good. So next we're using Shattering Rocks. Now you could use Fossilize if you want to, but as a Molten Whip build, there's really no point. You don't proc anything with the extra Fossilize, so you might as well use Shattering Rocks because you're going to get a really beefy heal out of it. You're basically getting an 8k heal almost every 5 seconds on whoever you're dealing with, so it's really nice for that way. And on top of that, you could use it on multiple people and get healed from multiple different sources. So it's a very good, it's a little bit of a burst heal, also with stun at the same time. That's also undodgeable, so it's a great skill. And then we're using Burning Embers. This is a beefy dot. It hits hard. It's not that expensive, and it's going to give you a really nice heal if you use it. If you use it again on that target, so it's really good. And on top of that, they get hit with burning, so it's doing this 15k tooltip on top of the burning status effect. So that's really good as well. I really like that. And then we have Molten Whip. As you know, if you buff it up, it gets a crazy tooltip, over almost 16k, and that's without our Balorg. So it's a really nice combo if you get your Molten Whip. You don't use it right away. You have it up, you use your Dragon Leap, and then you Molten Whip right after. It's a crazy good combo. So very, very good. And then we're using Ferocious Leap. 16k tooltip, 35k damage shield. Crazy, crazy skill. So I like it. And it's really good if you have your Molten Whip up all the way. I don't know what it goes up to exactly. Almost 17k. So really nice, really nice. That's the front bar. So on the back bar, we're using Hardened Armor. This is really just, you have to have this. It gives you your resolve. It's cheap, and it gives a nice damage shield, so that's nice. I don't like the spikes version. I think this is better. So yeah. Here you're using race against time, so this is going to give you a little bit of crit damage. It's also going to give you movement speed, and it removes snares, so it's very nice. You can get away from pretty much whatever. Very good. You can replace this if you want to with evasion, or I'm sorry, mist form in the vampire tree. I don't have it yet. I'm going to try it out when I get it. It's really good. You can use whatever one you want. I mean, mist form might be a little bit better if I'm being honest. And if you use vamp and you want to go mist form, then I would go stage 3 vamp. That way mist form's super cheap and you get crazy damage mitigation. So you could do whatever one you want. You could use Race Against Time, not use Vampirism at all, or you can go full vamp and then you could use mist form and have that crazy damage mitigation. So yeah. So next we have Rapid Regen, just a really nice overtime heal. You gotta have it since we're not using Cauterize. So like, what else are you gonna use here? You really need another heal because DK struggles with like overtime heals. And I mean, it's nice you're gonna have Rapid Regen, you're gonna have Coag, and you're gonna have Burning Embers, all healing you, and also Shattering Rocks. So you do have some nice burst heals, but nothing that's crazy dot, like a dot heal, because you don't have Cauterize. So being able to replace that with Rapid Regen is very good. Next, we're using Coag. It's a really, really good burst heal. It's that simple. It's really nice. It gives 10k, and it also does 33% more if you're low health, and you get major health recovery. It's just a really good burst heal. So yeah. Here we're using Molten Ornaments. It's a good. The reason we use this is because we do a lot of heavy attacks with the Resto, so it's just nice to be able to get that extra damage with it. It does last 36 seconds, which is very beautiful, and then you get 50% heavy attack damage, and it gives it to your teammate, and it gives you brutality to your teammate. So like, it is a good skill. It's a very good team buff. If you want to, you could replace it with Degeneration. It's up to you, but I really do think Molten Ornaments is a solid skill for the squad, so I like it. And then we are using Life Giver. Very good skill. It's going to give you a crazy... You're pretty much invincible for 5 seconds. You get out of any situation with it. You can go fully offensive with it. And you also heal your teammates like crazy as well. And it also casts Regen, Blessing of Protection, and Healing Ward, or whatever one you took. So it's a nice skill. So that is pretty much... It's that simple. It's really not too complicated. CP, I don't play CP that much, but... We have AoE damage, we have dot damage, we have crit resist, and we have weapon and spell damage. I don't play CP, I gotta be honest with you, so I don't care that much. But if you want CP, go look at another video. I promise you someone has the CP that you're looking for. I don't really care for it. I don't play CP, I play BGs and no CP, so I'm not really stressed about it. But whatever you guys want to do with that, feel free to do. But yeah, it's a really fun build. It's just simple. It's nothing crazy. It's just a build where you get to play the game and not have to do anything special. Like, that's what I like about it. I find beauty and simplicity with my builds in ESO. You know, not everything has to be so fancy. I don't know. I know there's better builds, but you know, I think this is a fun one. I enjoy this one, and that's all that matters, right? So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I hope you have a good one, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll link some gameplay in the description for you if you want, because I know people always ask for gameplay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you later.